Okay, Atlantis. Sorry I didn't do an Atlantis reading last week, but there was a lot going on, and I can't really explain that. There was just a lot going on so many different levels, so many different dimensions, and practically there was a lot going on. And but it wasn't forgotten, and I know that you guys were continuing to create it because I can feel so much change happening. And yeah, I mean, it's not obviously just because of these readings, but my guides have reassured me that they are actually making a difference in terms of creating Utopia. So I'm very happy about that. And I don't know why I turned the cards over there to look at this, but there's a reason. So I'm going to pick that card, and I'm going to pick this one as well. So these are perfect cards. And just to talk about them quickly in terms of what I'm feeling from them, pools of energy. Pools of energy, it just makes me think about how we are all pooling our energy at the moment into this dream. And the silence is where we can really, really magnify that energy, because we're not speaking and getting out of our hearts into our heads. We're not thinking things through. We're just embracing the beingness of our nature. We are just embracing. And when we're embracing the beingness of our nature and everyone else is embracing that, it means that we really are connected. We're not one, but we are connected. And when we're connected, our energy is magnified so much more powerfully. And I'm just going to quickly mention this before I move on to the interpretation of the cards, that because it's a new moon weekend coming up on Sunday, so a great time for manifesting, great time for visualizing peace, great time for visualizing utopia. We've got the UN Peace Day on the 21st. We've got all of those lovely things, utopia creating energies moving around at the moment. The new moon that's coming is in Virgo, soul healer, planetary healer sign. So there's a lot of really good potential for creating utopia, and I do believe we're having an effect, and that we are sending our ripples out from our hearts from these pools of energy. So while this is building as a possibility, it just feels like a good time to get these cards and to mention these cards, and to remember that we find that divine presence in the silence and in the stillness. And it just reminded me of when I was training in healing and mediumship, and we'd do meditations together as a group in a circle, and I was always amazed that it would be much more powerful. The pictures would be more vivid, and the sensations would be much more powerful, and the information was much more clear when I was working in a group. For all of us, we all found that, we all noted that, when we just meditated at home and connected with our guides at home, certain amount of things would happen, but when we got together, even with one other person, it would be much easier. And this is because we amplify, the energy is amplified. There's a kind of synergy that happens. So when two people are more are gathered in my name, the name of love, if you like, as one of our great master teachers said, there I am, speaking about the energy of Christ consciousness. So that energy is not only doubled, it's doubled, and that doubling is amplified, and then you've got two collections of guides and angels around instead of just one. And I just want to talk about that, because as we're coming up to this manifesting phase of Peace Day and all the rest of it, it's important for us to remember the importance of the power of our collective imagining, our collective connecting in these group meditations that we do, or these simultaneous meditations where we all synchronize and everyone's meditating on peace at a particular time. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's talk about Atlantis. It's only in the silence that we can truly connect with the awesomeness of all that is. The people of Golden Atlantis, who were all enlightened beings, knew this. They led quiet, relaxed, contemplative lives, constantly attuned to the highest. They spoke little, as they communicated telepathically. In those days, there were none of the noisy, vibrating cars, planes, or machinery that we experience now, so the very earth was still and silent, and nature supported their divine communication. How amazing is that? So we have become very noisy, we know that. We have become very distracted, and we know that we've become noisier and busier and more technologized, that I'm sure there isn't any such a word. We've become further and further away from our divine essence and from that connection with each other and from that true power, as we've been searching for worldly power. And none of this is a criticism. Technology can be great, and the advances that we've made in technology are amazing. The advances that we've made in discovering ourselves and what's possible and how that striving can create new possibilities and changes and chances and opportunities, that's all really interesting stuff. It's all just part of our experience, and we wanted experience and we wanted interesting stuff, so it's all good. But if we're looking for a more peaceful way of living now and a way of creating that, silence is a very important element of that. And it says, quiet contemplation. The guidance is, receiving this card indicates that you are called on to spend some time in contemplation or meditation. If possible, go somewhere in nature where you can be still and peaceful. Remember that you can more readily access your wisdom where it is silent. Okay, great. And pools of energy. When the final experiment of Atlantis was established, the senior priesthood created a pool of high-frequency energy which the people could access to enhance their own energy or to help them manifest their visions. Later, the violet flame was offered to the citizens. This could be visualized or invoked to enable them to transmute any negativity that arose, especially in relationships. Right, so really now, it's for all of us to come together to create a high-frequency pool of energy. And we can do that by synchronizing our meditations and coming together. So I'm just really prepping us all for the 21st, because I know there'll be lots of people organizing meditations, and I'd encourage everyone who's listening to this to do some. It may not be a huge number of people, but you know, it's going to make a difference. And if everyone does that, and everyone who's planning to do it mentions it to someone else, then you know, yada yada yada, it's going to be great. There's going to be a big build up of that energy, and I know lots of people are already planning those. And 2012 is a great year to be doing it. Right, and the guidance for the card is cosmic help. Your guidance is to call on the great cosmic pool of energy, for it's time now to manifest your dreams. Before you invoke the cosmic assistance, be still and focus on your vision. Only negative thoughts can hold you back, so call in or visualize the violet flame to dissolve them. Move forward now. The cosmos is ready to help you. So this is really, really a big week for manifesting. And this came up in some of the angel hugs, especially around the weekend. And we know we've got that new moon on Sunday. So it's really just a reminder for everyone to, yes, spend time on your personal goals, your personal dreams. Surrender your disbelief to the angels and ask them to help you to move through any fears that you have about being small or being unworthy, about whether or not it's okay to want what you want. Just ask them to get rid of all of that and to move you into a place where you can really begin to express the highest vision of who you are for the highest good of all. Trust yourself. Okay, I feel a lot of Atlanteans now are coming into that place where they really are right up against the wall of, I'm either going to leap now or I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to go home with my tail between my legs? No, I'm here in this lifetime to heal all of that. There was a lot of misuse of power in Atlantis, and a lot of people's powers were used against their will by those who wanted to have control of the priests and priestesses and all of their gifts. For not the best motivations. And a lot of old Atlanteans are carrying those guilt, and it's time to begin to let them go, because you are still also carrying all of that beauty and magic and the ability to hold within your body, within your being, within your cells, and to carry this tremendously potent amount of psychic, spiritual, divine healing energy. So use it. Don't be afraid of it anymore. And I'm speaking to all of us. My guides are kind of speaking through me now. It's time to harness it, and it's time to put it to good use and to really, really begin to see the fruits of your efforts. Because everything that you do is coming through your heart, is coming from your heart and coming through your heart. And when that is a reality, then it can't be misused. Just remember that. So if you have any doubts at all about whether something's right, whether you can do it, whether you deserve it, whether it's good, go into your heart. And if you can feel that vision somewhere in your heart, Trust it. It's good. It's okay. All right, everyone. Have a great week. And I am so looking forward to doing my meditations with you on the 21st. And I hope you have a great time this weekend manifesting your own dreams and enjoying them and knowing that it's okay to have them. Okay, see you next week. Bye.